Hey everyone, Phil from Wargamer Online with a quick tip on cleaning your airbrush. So as you can see, I've got the Forge World yellow in the pot. It's a really strong, intense pigment, so this thought was a good idea to do a quick tip on cleaning the brush out and to show you that it can be a quick process. So first things first, I've got a squeezy pot which is full completely of water. So this isn't airbrush cleaner, it's just an old airbrush cleaner pot which I've filled with water. And I start by jetting out the pigment from the cup. So I'm not blasting any more paint through the brush itself. What I'm trying to do is to get all of the paint out without passing any more through the nozzle. So as you can see, good squirt out. I just flow a little bit of water through the nozzle there just to loosen things up a bit, and again keep blasting out. So as you can see, I've already got rid of a lot of the paint from the cup. The next job is to get a cotton bud or Q-tip and start just scrubbing out the inside of that pot. And again, what I'm trying to do now is anything that won't move from just jet washing the pigment out, I'm just going to give it a bit of a scrub with cotton wool, but again, not too rough. You want to make sure no cotton fibers get into that cup. And again, rinse it back out. Tip all the water out, another blast. And as you can see now, pretty much a clean cup already. So blast a little bit of water into the nozzle, just to take some and start to dilute the paint in the brush out. Again, as you can see, I've done a little bit more there. Right, next task. The needle itself has got a little bit of pigment still on. So what I'm doing, I'm pulling back on the trigger. So I'm pulling the needle back, but I'm not passing any air through. And again, I'm doing that just to expose the needle that's held inside the nozzle. I'm just giving it a quick scrub with the cotton bud again. Okay. Now, I've got some blue cloth, and this is just this tissue that's non-fibrous. You can get it from sort of car automotive places. And what I've done is blasted a little bit of liquid into the tissue, and then held the tissue up to the nozzle and pressed the trigger down. As you can see, what it did was backwash all of the paint out the nozzle. And I'm going to repeat this 2 or 3 times. So as you can see, I'm blasting it back out. And if you noticed on that first wash how much pigment came back out the nozzle. And again, the good news is the cup is nice and clean now, so none of that pigment is sticking. I'm just washing it clean out. A little bit of blast of water back into the nozzle, onto the tissue, reverse it out, rinse the cup out. So this is going pretty well so far. Just a quick test on the blast there to see if there's any pigment showing through. Taken the rest of the water out, and this is the first time I use airbrush cleaner now. And that's what's great about this technique. Most of the cleaning is actually done with water. And I'm just repeating the same process, a little bit of cleaner into the nozzle, reverse the cleaner back out, and then tip it away. Again, don't want to pass anything through. And that big rinse that I'm doing now, again, is with water. So as you can see, so far, the only thing I've done is half a cup of cleaner. The rest has just been plain ordinary water. Okay. So next stage is there's a little bit of paint on the needle. I'm just going to pinch that off. You've got to be super careful with that. Make sure you line your finger up. And there's still a little bit of paint contained around the nozzle. And what I'm doing, I'm holding the trigger back. Again, no air coming through. Now I know this airbrush really well, so when I pull the trigger back, it clears the needle completely of the nozzle. So I'm using the Q-tip, a little dab of cleaner fluid, just giving it a spiral scrub. And again, I'm not going from side to side just in case that needle's there, so I'm spinning it. But like I say, I know the needle clears the nozzle when I pull back on the trigger. If you're not sure of that, you could always remove the needle for that stage. So you just back it out the rear of the brush. Okay, so there you go. That's a super quick tip, just showing you the use of water and airbrush cleaner to clean out the cup. Like I say, this is intended for between jobs. So say if you were going to leave the airbrush for a couple of hours, you know, using a set of colours and you've been swapping over, or just wanting to leave the brush for a bit, then this is suitable. If you were going to leave the brush for 2 or 3 days, then I would recommend a proper strip down and clean. Saying that, it's also useful if you're swapping between high contrasting colours, so if you're going from white to black or yellow to red and you don't want any kind of cross contamination, then this is enough of a cleaning job to ensure that'll work. Right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, just a quick tip. There's lots more to come from Wargamer Online, so keep tuned. Thank you very much.